Brian Truman, obviously, I'm the lesser half of Jana over there. So she's on all the smarts. But I specialize in multifamily. So for those that are maybe new here that haven't been here before, and so we were out there looking at showing a couple of clients a couple of prospective clients anyway, that were interested in that property. So we were out there doing that. But if any of you want to talk about multifamily afterwards too, so we have that. So Kanal, you're gonna have to help me. My brain is getting fried from today. But we have that 64 unit out there. We have 51 units in Richmond, Kentucky. We have 19 that are out by the airport. That's probably a new one that a lot of people haven't heard about. And then, let's see, we got 12 units in Louisville. And,
excuse me.
What's that? Pulaski. Oh, yeah, and we've got 22 down in Pulaski as well. So anyway, we have a few properties if anybody wants to chat afterwards. But that's not what I'm here to talk about.
We'll talk about that after.
I'm here to visit with Brian. So this is Brian Bandas, and thoroughly appreciate Brian coming. We go back a few years when
we do.
Jan and I, when I first started into real estate, a number of years ago, which is really only 2016 per se. But anyway, we were with KW Commercial, so the commercial arm of Keller Williams. Well, Brian was working as an agent there at Keller Williams. Yep. He was kind of the sales manager for one of the large teams here in Nashville and with Keller Williams. So, and his office was right next to ours. So we had a lot of visits that would run for hours. Just talking about real estate and
avoiding work.
Yeah, basically. well, we were talking a lot about our very subject of this learning series of how to build generational wealth, right? Through the purchase of commercial real estate. And so we knew Brian then. Since then, obviously, we have went a couple of places here now. Brian has moved on from being individual agent to now owning Anchor Development.
Yeah, Anchor Acquisitions. There is an Anchor Development, and that's not my company.
Acquisitions. Yeah, and Bandas Contracting.
Bandas Contracting, yeah.
Right? So here in Franklin, Tennessee, and so Brian, I don't know, I don't know if your PowerPoint's going to have any great pictures of when you first came to Nashville, but his hair was much longer because he came, for music.
There is a picture in there. Okay. Just for fun, there's a picture that we'll get to.
Yeah. So that's what first brought him to Nashville was the whole music. And you were with what's the band?
Love and Theft.
There you go, Love and Theft. So anybody in country music a few years back wouldn't remember.
They were a trio.
So
now they're a duo. Yeah, they're actually playing tonight. Sheer coincidence. I'm leaving from here to go see them play at Exit Inn. I haven't seen them in years.
Okay, excellent. So obviously, he toured with like Tim McGraw, Taylor Swift, even Lady A, Jason Aldean, and a lot of those. So we can always talk about music another day too. But
that's right, man.
But talk to us about. I just want to start off by kind of talking to us about how you decided, hey, I'm a very successful agent. Mm-hmm. I'm killing it. I'm crushing it. To, hey, let me decide I want to be a developer.
Yeah.
And how Anchor Acquisitions came about from there.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Excuse me. I think that there's probably two main pieces to that puzzle. The first is that real estate investment was always my passion, even before I became an agent. So when I was working as an agent, thankfully it fit my strengths really well and it went very well. But it was a really good day job, whereas investment was sort of the dream and that was the passion. And I knew some version of investment was where I was going to end up. And so even when I was working as an agent, I'm taking anything that we don't need to live off of, and I'm buying rentals or flipping or something, trying to do that and wanting to do it full time. And then I did get to a point where the agent thing was pretty successful and very comfortable. And I was in a leadership position on this team, which was run by a guy who is still my best friend, and I knew that, like, he's not going to fire me. Not only are we really close, I'm very good at my job. He's not going to have a reason to fire me, and I could probably chill here and make, 150 to 175 every year until I'm 70. I mean, I'm just set if I want to relax. And one of the guiding principles for me in my life is stewardship, and I just knew that is not stewardship of my abilities. That is not stewardship of my relationships, of my effort, my energy, all of that. That's me staying really comfortable. And so, as a huge part of it was me just not feeling like that was me being a steward of the opportunity that my life is. So I wanted to go out and take the risks to sort of push myself into some uncomfortable situations. And so it was more about knowing that I can't sit here in this spot that's very comfortable and just coast for the next 40 years. That's not what I'm called to do, is take the path of least resistance. And that's sort of where I had ended up and was available to me. I don't think that he ever would have fired me. I don't think I ever would have given him reason to, and I could have coasted for 40 years probably. And I just sort of knew in my gut, that is not what I'm meant to do. So that is how this came about. I grew up in a family with some home builders in it, and I always saw that as the top of the mountain, building new homes or buildings, and ultimately thankfully got talked into pulling the trigger on that by a friend who kind of called me out because I was probably a little bit fearful and avoiding it for a while. We sat down to breakfast and he just said, like, what are you doing? And I was like, damn, okay. So I started the business.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's true because, you were very successful. You were with that team for 8 years as kind of the sales manager, leading that team. And like you say, we had many, I don't know if I'd call them heart to heart, but a lot of talks
good investing
on
conversations.
investing conversations, right? I mean, it was
lots of them.
It was always a joy when Brian came knocking on the door and stepping in and having good investment conversations.
Yeah, because we were so late at night.
Yeah, true. So, and I know. So let's kind of get into anchor acquisitions, and then two. So Brian's got a book that's going to be released December 6th. Real Estate Development 101, right?
Yeah, and I haven't. This is me announcing that. I haven't. Like it's some huge
Sorry,
announcement.
I should let you announce that.
No, that's fine. So I decided, all right, I'll mention it tonight and then start sort of promoting it tomorrow. So it is not a deep, big, thick volume, but it's the basics, which I can cover tonight of how to do this type of deal.
Yeah.
So thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah. Hey, no problem.
Special.
We're excited.
Yeah,
to get signed copy.
We'll see.
Yeah. So, do we have his? Yeah. Oh, there you go. You're the man. No.
So, and some of this I can skip through. There's probably some pieces that won't be relevant to this group that I can kind of breeze past, but it does have a good picture in there, just for the laughs.
Yeah, I just wanted to see the hair again. That's all.
This is like medium length. At one point, it was very long.
Yeah.